Hello and welcome to the Exalted Empress Tarot. If you are here, this is your summer reading for your zodiac sign. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out 8 cards for each zodiac sign. The first 6 signs will be in this video, and then I have a video coming up with the next 6. So just go ahead in the description box down below, click on your sign, and welcome to your reading. Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for this summer from the Exalted Empress Tarot. Okay, so we're just going to look at what is going on for you in the next 3 months. And remember, you can also watch your other signs. So you can do Sun, Moon, Rising if you would like. I will have a couple of these videos coming out. So the first 4 signs have already come out, and you are part of this second group. So if your sign is one of the first 4 in the zodiac, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer, you can already pop in and look at those. And if you're like, no, my other signs or one of my other signs is the last part of the zodiac, don't worry, that'll be coming out in just a couple of days. Ooh, let's see. So we have 2 of Wands, Ace of Swords, Strength, and 10 of Cups in reverse, 6 of Cups in reverse. Interesting. I'm seeing a lot of reflection this summer. Seeing a lot of reflection. Let's see. 3 more cards for you. Ooh, okay, this one wants to come out. I was holding on to it a little hard. The World. I love that for you. Oh, okay. Okay. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the Empress. Ooh, we love that card. Okay, you know what? This makes sense with all the reflective energy that you got for the next couple of months. So let's get into this. So the 2 of Wands, I feel like you've kind of been still. You've kind of been in one place as you are thinking about how you're going to move forward. You're not really planning anything, but there's a big decision for you that needs to be made, and you're kind of just sitting on it. In the beginning of the summer, I see the Ace of Swords. You're looking for inspiration. So it's not that you don't know what you want to do. Maybe you're waiting for the right time. If this is like finances, or maybe if this is someone you want to talk to, you're like, I need a sign to know that I should move forward and speak to this individual. I think there's something that needs to really grab your attention, and you feel like you haven't gotten that yet, and that's why you haven't moved forward. So it's not even necessarily that you haven't already like made a choice. You want to see that sign, you want to see that inspiration first before you do anything else, which quite frankly, valid. There's nothing wrong with wanting a little confirmation before we make any other decisions that may have a big effect on our lives. We then have Strength in reverse. So Strength in reverse. We're not feeling like super supported right now in our decision making. I think this really just comes from the fact that you are playing a waiting game right now at the beginning of summer. And don't worry, there's a very clear way that this is all going to turn around at the second half of summer. But I do see there's a lot of like mulling around, thinking, kind of being in our heads when we start off these first couple of months, when we start off this season. Especially with the 10 of Cups, I'm seeing there may be like a lack of fulfillment in the emotional realm, okay? So there may be some things that didn't go the way we wanted. There may be a connection that didn't go the way we wanted. Maybe, and I don't necessarily see a separation. Things may just be slower, or they may have taken a different turn. And so we're just kind of like, like, it just is not fulfilling in the way that we wanted to. And I think that's what's causing all of this, like, I know what I want to do next, I don't know how to do it type energy. Okay, so the next place I would take it, Leo, is that we have the 6 of Cups in reverse. So, I'm kind of glad to see this in reverse for you specifically in this reading, Leo, because this is about reminiscing. So if we see As a cup in reverse, you may be taking yourself out of that reminiscing energy. You may have been holding back and thinking about when should I make a decision because you were thinking about how good things were or how things looked like they were going in a certain direction. And I applaud you for kind of taking yourself out of that, because sometimes we can be a little too focused on how good things were and not realize, like, but here we are now, but here are the things, but here's what's in front of us. And you're actually taking that effort to be like, okay, yes, things are really good, but I don't want to sit in how things were forever. And then we have the world. And I feel like, and this is what I was talking about, there's going to be a really big turnaround moment for you. And it's not going to depend on anybody else. It's just going to be you. You're going to take yourself out of that reminiscing area and you're going to be like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? That was the past, but the past is the past. I have the world now. The world is my oyster, and I'm going to move forward. And I think once you do that, all of a sudden things are going to expand at a really big rate. And again, this could be a relationship. There's going to be multiple relationships of different kinds, things like that. But I feel like once you make this decision, all of a sudden it's going to be like, boom, you're just going to bulldoze a bunch of obstacles all at the same time. And I love that for you. Like, I really do. I really see you just pushing forward through things all at once. I think people are going to be surprised, especially when you had this moment before where you were like hesitating, at least from the outside perspective. You knew what you were looking for, but from the outside perspective, it may have seemed like you were hesitating, and then boom, you make a decision, and all of a sudden, I just realized, sorry, this card has a little crown, a little teeny tiny crown on the world, but you're going to realize that everything is going to work out for you in the best way, exactly how you planned, in order. It's going to be something else. And we also have the Three of Cups here. So I see socializing. I see people coming in. I see partnerships come in. Like, all of a sudden, it's like I don't even have to put effort in, and things are just going to go my way because I decided to take that one step forward. And then, like, it's going to seem like everyone's taking a step towards you as well. And you're like, oh my goodness, it was this easy the entire time. Yes, it can be. It absolutely can be. And I love that for you. I truly do. I love that things can move so quickly for you in a way that you did not expect. Absolutely love it. I mean, I don't even know what else to say, but just like it's going to, I feel a profound shift for you, Leo, where things really do move in a way that completely unexpected. And then we have the Empress here, and I love this for you. So if you are not familiar with this card, we need to get familiar with it. Okay, especially being at the Exalted Empress Tarot, get familiar with this card, because this card is about letting things come to you. You don't have to push forward. You don't have to make things happen for you. Are there times where we need to be proactive in making sure that we get what we want and not just sit on our butt? Of course, but sometimes when you've already put that energy out there, you can really just rest within yourself and let things come to you. So this is not the same energy as the Two of Wands where like, we don't know what decision to make. You make the decision, you take action, people start coming towards you, you interact with those people, about the things that you need, things that you want. If this is a romantic decision, all of a sudden, this person is seeing you do different things. They're seeing you be social. They're seeing all this stuff. And then guess what? The thing that you wanted, the thing that you were looking for starts to move towards you without you having to point at it or ask for it even. So I'm really excited for you, Leo. This looks like a great big shift that is coming forward, and it's going to really serve you. If that resonated, like and subscribe below, either here on YouTube or over TikTok. And feel free, watch your other signs and see how your summer is going to unfold. Sun, moon, rising, and I will see you next time in the Empress's Court. Bye. Hello, Virgo. How are you? It is your time in the Empress's Court. And oh my God, of course, and the first card I get for you is very much a Virgo card. We have a Queen of Cups. I absolutely love this card in this deck. It's one of my favorites. So that is how your summer is starting off. And I'll get to the description in just a second. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Let's see what other cards we have for you, Virgo. La la la. Excuse me. I don't have mood music for you. Maybe that's what I should start putting in here. What do you think? Put in the comments below if you would like some mood music while I shuffle. Imagine that like waiting room music as I go through. But I mean, like, hey, why not, right? Ooh, we have the Chariot upright. You're getting some good looking cards. Okay, these are some of my favorite cards visually from this deck. Not that that affects your reading, but just admire them with me. I love every part of tarot reading that includes the kind of decks I read from. And the Queen of Wands. Wow, Virgo. Let me tell you something. No one can tell you that you're not doing something this summer. That's what I'll say. You clearly are working towards some stuff. So if you were wondering if that was going to show up in your reading, it has. And we will discuss in detail further. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have the 10. Wow, yeah, you really are. You're getting like all of the cards that I really enjoy aesthetically. Let's see, 10 of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, both upright. We got 2 more cards for you. Ooh! Oh my goodness. Okay, you got an extra card. Okay, so we'll fit it in. We have the 6 of Wands. Love that for you. Knight of Swords. Love that for you. And the Lovers. Okay, so we're gonna put this to the side so it's not ruining my lineup over here that I have. But don't worry, let's get into your reading. So you have the Queen of Cups. So coming into the summer, you're gonna be very balanced emotionally. I am feeling a little bit of love vibes, but I think that's just because it's Virgo as well. Maybe you just had a relationship become more official. Maybe you just moved up in the seriousness of your relationship romantically. Something along those lines. But I feel like you're moving forward somewhere romantically. And because of that, you're feeling really good coming into the summer. So good for you. But there's also something else in the background. And I'm seeing the 10 of Wands here in reverse. So there's some burden that you're not letting go of. Okay. When you have the 10 of Wands in reverse, that usually means, when you have it upright, it's you're ready to let that go. I see with you holding on with it in the reverse is that it's still weighing on you. Okay, it's still weighing on you and you're just not quite there. That being said, you are still moving forward with the Chariot energy. You have control of what you're doing, what you have going on in life, and you're not relinquishing that at all. I think this partnership is really making you feel like you can move forward in what you have going on. So in your other ventures, you're like, I'm going to take control of this too. I'm going to make sure this goes the way that I want it to go forward. And honestly, applause for this month. You also have the Queen of Wands, which is the bad bitch energy. The bad bitch energy of taking care of yourself, knowing what you have going on, and moving the F forward, even if you have to do it by yourself. And frankly, sometimes it's like a preferred by yourself. You're not even looking for help. You're not looking for somebody else to be there for you. You're not looking for somebody else to help guide you. You're like, I have this on my own. I don't need anyone else. Other people can come and help and support if they want to, but you're not really looking for it. And then you have the 10 of Swords. And the 10 of Swords is saying that like something ends. Something just completely ends. What's interesting about that is I'm not seeing this ending necessarily derailing you. I'm seeing a little bit of a slowdown, but not significant. So this 10 of Wands is the other thing that was weighing you down. That's most likely the thing that is going to end. The 10 of Wands in the traditional card is someone lying there with 10 swords in their back. So even though this is a much more artful way of showing it, I do think it may be a significant upheaval, which, considering moving really fast and being very direct and having control of how the things move and what direction they go in, you're going to have things that come into your way in a little more of a dramatic fashion, and that's just how things work. It's very unlikely that you're going to be that gung-ho, that going forward, that pushy, that I have all this energy and this is how I'm going to move forward. And then any obstacle you have is going to be teeny tiny and small. If you move with big energy, you're going to get big reactions. You're going to get big things coming back to you. It's not like you put all this energy out there hardcore and it comes back softly. But like I said, I think you can handle whatever happens and whatever ends. I don't think it's going to be something that I'm not saying it's not going to be a big thing. I'm just saying that you have those guardrails in place. It's not going to completely be like, and that was the end. You know, I don't even see a space here where you even really react to it too much. I mean, take care of yourself. If something big happens and it's a big pushback, like take that time, take that space. But yeah, I don't see that it takes you off of your path too much. With the Page of Pentacles, I then see new planning around whatever happens, whether it's specifically centering what happened, or if it's something that just you decide, okay, now that that's happened, we're just going to move forward, or I already had these plans moving, so let me just kind of shift them slightly. I don't actually have to abandon these other plans that I had moving forward just because this other thing did not work out. I'm also seeing the Six of Wands. So for me, it just feels like that regardless of certain things falling out and you having to rework them and change, I feel that you still feel victorious. I feel like you still feel very good about things that are moving forward and things that are progressing. So it like almost doesn't even matter that things change because you're still moving forward as if those things, not as if those things didn't happen, you're not ignoring it, but you're just not letting it create a huge roadblock in your life. You're just like, yeah, okay, that happened, whatever. Yes, it's really just like not affecting you really. It affects you, but it's not affecting the results that you have. And then we have the Lovers. So it may just be that you're focused during this time, like regardless of the other upheavals in your life, are just focused elsewhere. Now, it's called the Lovers. A lot of people interpret this romantically. It does not have to be. And a lot of people consider the Two of Cups to be the more romance-related connection card. I have my feelings on that. It says the Lovers right on it. But here's the two ways you can interpret this. One is that for some of you, it may be that your relationship and your romantic relationship is what keeps you together through all the things that are going on that are negative, and allows you and gives you the energy to redirect in a way where you don't feel upheaval, where you don't feel like things are redirected, and you're pretty good moving forward. The other way that this can be interpreted, this maybe for some of you, is that if things were rocky, if things were really good in the summer and things came rocky later on, that you have so many other relationships and so many other things that are holding you up and so many other things that are holding you together, that you're able to push through and move through regardless if that ends, either on your end or somebody else's. With the the 10 of Wands in reverse and the 10 of Swords, it could be that things were going really well and you were excited, but you realized that something was wrong in the relationship. But you move forward because you have so much love in so many other areas of your life. And with this Lovers card, someone new comes in. So either way, I feel like this summer, you're really going to have the backing of some emotional romantic connection coming towards you, whether that's the same one you have or someone new coming in And I feel like, Virgo, you have a lot of other things moving in your life that you have a lot of support for. So overall, I don't see a way for you to not have an incredibly positive summer this year. If you would like to know more, feel free to look at your other signs, sun, moon, and rising. I already have the first four signs out somewhere floating around on YouTube. There's four signs in this video, and there will be one last video with the last four signs if your other signs are in that batch. If that resonated, like and subscribe below. I'd love to see you over the Empress's Court, either here on YouTube or over on TikTok, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hello, Libra, and welcome to your reading for this summer. I'm excited to see you here. Remember that you can watch your sun, moon, and rising sign if you so wish. Maybe you are right now. Ooh, the Chariot. Let me tell you something. We have gotten that card a couple of times now. I'm starting to think there's a lot of big stuff moving. Ooh. Nine of Swords, eh? The Empress in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune also in reverse. Interesting. Two of Cups. Queen of Cups. Let's see. Interesting. We start in a very regular place. And I'm seeing, okay, we have a lot of stuff happening this summer, Libra. Okay, you are going to have a lot of stuff going on. So let me tell you what I see. First off, with the Chariot, you're not holding back. You are not, this is not a joke for you. You have a lot of stuff going on. And in that, you are taking charge. You're not letting things just wander around. You're not letting things just do whatever. You are taking charge of your life, and you're not letting anything escape or move forward without your consent, direction, your say-so. With the Empress in reverse, I'm seeing that this just kind of goes along with the Chariot. Like, you don't want things to happen without your hands on it. And while I will say, like, being proactive and taking charge is definitely a positive, I would caution you on doing it a little too much. You may be on the side of doing things maybe a little bit too proactively, where you're just kind of like pushing things aside and maybe making decisions a little bit too quickly because you're like, oh, this is what I want to do. Pausing for a little bit can really help you when moving forward through things. Okay, so let's relax, let's take a step back, and let's see how things move forward. With the Nine of Swords, I feel like there's something in the back of your head that's really getting to you. I don't know what that is, because I'm not seeing previously that things are going wrong. Maybe you have a fear of things being out of your control, when things don't happen the way that you can predict, or that you can maybe understand after the fact. It happens and you're just like, I don't have an explanation for this. I literally have no idea why things happened in this way. That's kind of unnerving for you. Let things happen as they are. I feel like this fear is almost like substantiated by nothing, and it's keeping you having restless nights. It's keeping you stressed, that kind of things. Don't let that come in, especially when it's not necessarily coming from anywhere. And with the Wheel of Fortune right next to it for the summer, I feel like you almost have this belief in the back of your head that like things can't work out, things can't go well, unless you're right there all the time, like there's always this looming things of things going not in the correct direction or the direction that you want. We need to let that go for the summer. We need to relax. And there is a turning point here real quick. But I just want to, tell you that it's great that you take things so seriously and that you're keeping your hands on your projects and your things moving forward. But I think there's like a there's a quality of like thinking too much, being too much on top of it, and causing yourself a little bit of distress because of the like, I need to be there, need to make a decision, I need to make sure things go a certain way. With the Two of Cups and the right next to the Queen of Cups, I feel like there is a new love, a new romantic connection coming in during the summer. With the Two of Cups, that it's a new connection. This is a new partnership of some sort. So regardless, I feel like someone is coming in that's going to be supportive of you. Especially with this Chariot energy, you may really like to take control of things, and I feel like this person is going to help you feel like you do have those things under control and that you can kind of delegate things to them. So this new person who's coming in, whether it's romantic or it's work, you feel like this is someone who you can share that directive energy with, and you don't have to take it on all yourself this summer. With the Two of Cups and the Queen of Cups, this is what makes me feel like it's probably more of a romantic connection. And if you're already in a romantic connection, it can just be that you bring them more into those decision making situations with you. I feel like you're feeling this person is way more balanced. And I don't just mean like overall, but maybe there's like been a new thing that's come on where they become a more balanced. And that's what you're really looking for. Maybe beforehand they were just not in that area. Maybe things were a little bit more rocky, or it seemed like sometimes they were here, there, and everywhere else, specifically in decision making or in this other area you're bringing them into. So now that that's leveled out, you're deciding to bring them in. Okay. And I will say it does not have to be. They never have to be romantic decisions. It could be a business decision. It could be someone that's a new connection that you're like, okay, or even not a new connection, new to the situation. You're like, I didn't want to include them before because A, B, and C, but now I'm seeing this, and now I've decided to bring them in because they're more level-headed. That can totally be it too. I'm just saying the Two of Cups is a card that's seen more romantically, and so is the Queen of Cups. So it may definitely also be a new romantic connection as well. With the Knight of Swords, I'm seeing a new truth or a new piece of information that's coming in the end of the summer. And that's going to help you make decisions in the way that is, honestly, it's going to be really quick and really powerful to what your plans are for the summer. So as soon as that comes in, I think things will make a big change, and you're going to be really excited that you or really happy with yourself that you happen to change how you do everything, and that's not all on you when that happens. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so that is a new idea. I really feel like you're going to get an inspiration that comes in for you. Specifically with this new information that comes in, you're gonna be like, that's great. Now I can change direction very quickly in a way that I wouldn't have before. So I hope that resonated. If it did, feel free to watch your other signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, that are coming out in the other videos. And I'd love to see you either in the Empress's Court, either here on YouTube or over on TikTok. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading for this summer. Oh my gosh. The cards are already coming out. The Moon. I love this version of the Moon card because it shows two people who are very happy to hang out together. A lot of the other Moon cards are just like, I don't know what's going on. There's a lobster, there's a dog, but Page of Cups in reverse. Ooh, let's see where this goes, Scorpio. You may have, I've been getting a lot of the same cards for the other piles, and you, it looks like maybe getting some original ones. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. Let's see. Trying to get to those 8 cards. We have the Four of Wands in reverse. Interesting. Yeah, so you're getting a, and 5 of Pentacles upright. Yeah, we're getting a completely different reading for you. So yes, Scorpio, bringing in that new energy. So I hope you're already having a good summer. If you are in the Western Hemisphere, it is June, so it's officially no longer spring. And let me tell you, with the heat, it feels like it. Two of Cups, or sorry, Two of Pentacles upright. Two more cards to go. Judgment. Okay. So we have a little bit of an wow, escalation this summer. And then let's see what our last card is. Usually that is our last card. Wow. Okay, the Ten of Cups is what my eyes went on last. So we're not going to do all of these. We're going to just put the Ten of Cups right here. And we can go on with your message. Okay, are all those? Yes, they are. Okay, so we're going to start off with the moon. And the reason this is one of my favorite cards or depiction of the moon is because, again, we have two people who are hanging out with each other and having a good time. You may not really know what's going on this summer, especially in the beginning of the summer. It may be really difficult for you. It may be really confusing, like what exactly we're supposed to be doing, what exactly you're supposed to be doing, how exactly we're supposed to move forward, okay? Be okay with that. We don't have all the answers all of the time. Like, trust me, I wish that we did, but we do not. That is not an actual problem. That's only a problem in our head. We like certainty. I know I like certainty. I know I like to know what things are doing and how things are moving forward, but it doesn't mean we get that. A lot of times we just don't. So be okay with that and sit in that energy. That doesn't mean that anything's wrong. It just means you don't know how things are going forward. With the Page of Cups in reverse, I feel like there may be some emotional thing that you are waiting on that with the Four of Swords maybe keeping you up at night. It can be a romantic connection. It can be an other sort of decision you have to make. But whatever is going on currently, you feel a little bit emotionally like, ooh, I don't know what direction to go in, and it's keeping you up at night. Matter of fact, I am seeing with the Four of Wands that you feel like stability has been, especially in home life, has been a little rocky. So I will say it does seem like this reading is moving in a direction of connections, possibly romance, and like a home life. So it could also be family life too. And maybe that's why you feel like you're not really sure what things are going on, and it's getting to you. You're feeling it. And I would say it's like, obviously there are things that need to be looked at, decided on, those kind of things, but lean out of it a little bit. We don't need to lose sleep just because we don't know what's going on. We can have our feelings about the situation, but let's not lean in too much into those negative feelings and feeling negative, because what does that do at the end of the day, right? It just means that we are sitting in those negative feelings. I know it's not always easy to just sit back and be like, oh, I don't want that energy. Oh, I'm just going to be positive now. But also there's a strength and there's a skill set in recognizing like, okay, I've been feeling this way for X amount of time about X thing. I can pull myself out of it, and pulling yourself out of it can do wonders. And it doesn't even have to be all the way. It just means no longer leaning forward into getting deeper into that mindset. With the Five of Pentacles, I do also feel, Scorpio, like we may be wondering about money. We may be thinking about certain things like, I'm not sure where this or that's going to come from. Again, there's a lot of worrying and there's a lot of like thinking about what is uncertain this summer. Know that just because we don't know where things are going doesn't mean that there's something going on that we need to be frustrated about. Okay, so let's lean back from needing certainty and trust that things are working in a certain way, and that if they don't, we can make decisions on that and move things in a direction that we are more comfortable with. With the Two of Pentacles, I see that starting to happening kind of midsummer. We're like, okay, things are difficult to balance, but I am still balancing them. I am still keeping things together. I am keeping things afloat. I am keeping things moving. You're actually doing pretty well. You just may not be giving yourself the credit that you need that you've done it. You're doing it. You're already moving forward in a positive way. Your mind may be somewhere, but like everyone who's observing is like, you're doing well. Like, what are you complaining about? Keep that in mind. Like, I would even talk to other people like, hey, how do you think things are? How do you think I handled that? Or how do you think the situation goes? And they may tell you, like, oh my God, you're doing phenomenal. And here you are thinking to yourself, oh, I'm struggling, I'm struggling, I'm struggling. And they're like, where? Where are you struggling? I don't see that at all. That could be the case. With judgment, I also see that something's coming in that may not be a literal bit, not maybe a literal judgment call, but really wakes you up and may wake up the other person or other party in the situation. You may actually move forward and think, oh my gosh, now that this has turned, things are going to go a lot better. Oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting this validation. And what's even better about that is that we have the 10 of Cups upright. The 10 of Cups is an emotional fulfillment. It is a coming together. I'm pretty sure. So they're on like a wedding cake on here right now. And usually emotional fulfillment, how it's depicted on the card is like a family and everything, right? Because we're putting things coming together as they were meant to. So I'm not saying that like someone else coming in is going to like rescue you, but I do see this overall emotional fulfillment. I see the pinnacle of emotional healing. Okay, so I do feel like, we can lean out of this. And I think you're going to prove to yourself this summer that you can handle a lot of things. And while you're already doing that, you're already balancing things, you're already proving those things to yourself. You're going to have this validation come in. You're going to have this judgment that goes, hey, wake up. People have seen this the whole time, or this person has seen this the whole time. And that validation is going to help you feel like you have everything you need this summer. So you're going to get that healing. Things are going to come through. There's going to be a little fogginess and unsureness at the beginning, but that is okay. If that resonated, feel free to watch some of your other videos, your Sun, Moon, Rising. Like and subscribe below, either here on YouTube or over on TikTok, and I will see you next time. Bye!